Guys, Remake Whatnot here, and today we're finally going to be doing some more Beyblade Burst Rifles. This is video number 2 of the 5 videos that I do for every game. And once again, school. Yeah, it brings up a lot of problems when it comes to being a content creator. This time, the things that happened included COVID tests, well, 2 of them. Vaccines, 3 of those, and 1 test, as in like studying kind of test. We're gonna be doing some more multiplayer, same as last time. Well, I mean, to be honest, that's kind of the only thing I'm gonna be doing, because like, off camera, I just play. All I do when I play this game is I just grind through the daily rivals to get bay gems and boxes. And that'll get boring pretty quickly if that's what I was showing you. So yeah, that's why I'm only doing multiplayer. Anyways, I didn't really explain that well in the previous video what is going on here, like what are these Beyblades, what do they mean, how do they work and everything. So I'll explain in more detail. I'll talk on real life terms, since like, well, Beyblade is something that people do in real life. Like, it's not limited to the fictional world, obviously, because like, I mean, this stuff can be created to imitate pretty accurately what happens in the TV series. Okay, so let's talk Beyblades. There are 4 types of Beyblades. You have attack types. Well, first of all, you have attack types. Okay, like this one that I'm using right now. What they do is that they specialize in attack power, so like they can deal huge amounts of damage to your opponent's bay. However, because they're super lightweight as well, they're the lightest types of bays, but because they're so heavily focused on attacking, they have a tendency to lose stamina quite quickly. So if you're using attack, so in a battle, if you're using an attack type, your strategy ideally would be to try and end the round as quickly as possible, so that it doesn't come down to like a stamina battle or something, because obviously your bay would lose. Moving on, we have stamina types. These bays specialize in spinning for long periods of time, and some of them are left spin, which means they spin anti-clockwise, and that makes them special because most bays. I mean, stamina types aren't the only bays which spin anti-clockwise. Like, there are other bays that also do that. But anyways, so the stamina types that spin anti-clockwise, they're able to do something called spin stealing, and essentially how this works is that because the bay is spinning in the opposite direction to the other bay, well, I mean, if it was, then which usually it is, because most bays are spin clockwise. Then what it can do is when they hit, it can use the momentum, or it can use the opponent bay's momentum to help it to speed up. And that in turn makes the other bay slow down, which I think is pretty cool. and it can help drastically, especially in situations where your bey is close to running out of stamina. Anyways, moving on. Well, actually, the disadvantage of stamina types is that they're pretty vulnerable to attacks. Like, they can't resist attacks very well. Which is why when you're using a stamina type, you don't want to, like, really, you want to be on the offensive or not on the defensive. You want to get in there and get rough and all that, and not let your opponent start attacking you. Now moving on, we have defense types, and these specialize in defending from attacks. They're the heaviest types of beys, which is why they always make a beeline for the center of the stadium. And because they're so heavy, their weakness is that they can run out of stamina pretty easily. Just like attack types. Well, I mean, attack types well, I mean, going back to attack types, it's not so much that they lose stamina quickly as that they are really unstable. What that means is that they tend to rock around pretty easily. Like, if you had, say, for example, there was one bay called it's the newest evolution of Doomsizer. I don't know what its full name is, and it has a problem, which is that, oh, I'm using the wrong thing for this. It has a problem, which is that it's pretty unstable. It likes to jump around a lot in the stadium, and that's what attack type. That's the problem with attack types. They scrape the stadium floor a lot if you don't use them properly. And defense types have the true problem of losing stamina because they're so heavy. Then finally we have balance types, and these are like the all-rounding beys. They're good at attacking, good at defending attacks, and they have good stamina. Balance types are also, I think, the only beys that are able to switch the direction that they spin in, which is pretty special, which makes them really good. So I mean, if I had to choose which bey I want to use in battles, I would always choose a balance type, like if it was an option. But if I had to choose between the other three types, I would probably choose an attack type because of how it's like ferocity and stuff. So yeah, balance. So attack types have a disadvantage against defense types because they're really unstable. Stamina types have a disadvantage against attack types because they're weak. And defense types have a disadvantage against stamina types because they're really heavy. And that's an overview of all the different types of Beyblades. Okay. Now for something else is a Beyblade is made out of hold on, let me mute this so that you don't just ignore the ad. A Beyblade is made out of 3 pieces. The top bit is called the chassis, and the chassis is basically like the main part of the Beyblade, Like, it's what gives it character. It gives it character in a way, or what makes it special. Then we have the the outer ring, which is between the chassis and the driver, which I'll talk about later. And the outer ring basically is what holds the Beyblade together. Because most oh wait, there's a glitch. Oh, I should have told you before that there's this glitch that happens whenever you watch an ad, like all the music goes away. I don't know why it happens, but it does. It's annoying, but whatever. Don't worry about it. I'll just keep talking to fill you in. So yeah. So because most Beyblades, they have this click system where all the parts go. Like the chassis has two different slots, and the outer ring has like two different thingies sticking out of it. Oh no, I'm using the wrong thing. Oh gosh. I'm gonna forfeit. I don't. I forgot to switch back to the normal thing. Anyways, so as I was saying, the outer ring has two little bits that go into these slots, and when you put the whole Beyblade together, and twist it, it like clicks, and it has I think like 5 clicks, until it's fully set up. So obviously the way the burst works is that each time the Beyblade gets hit, like at some point the outer ring like moves backwards 1 click, because it's like under so much pressure, and eventually, if you attack the Beyblade enough, the outer ring will hit its final click and burst, like it'll just completely explode. So this thing's happened with it. Hold on, I need to reboot the game. As I was saying, so yeah, because the outer ring's under pressure, once the final click has been passed, it just completely falls apart. Like the parts go flying, literally. So yeah, it's pretty amazing when that happens. Like some bursts are really controlled, and the parts only just like go a little bit off the ground before landing on the floor, and sometimes they goes absolutely crazy. Oh hey, the music. So yeah, oops, not that. It's really fun to see a Beyblade burst. Well, anyways, finally we have the driver, and this is the probably the most important part of the Beyblade, because this is what it uses to actually spin. And there are many different types of drivers, as there are outer rings and chassis, obviously, and each driver has its own characteristics. Oh gosh, not this again. What do I do? Multiplayer servers, come on, just work with me here. I'm trying to give the viewers some content. I'll just do this, I guess. And once again, I forgot to switch the other set. I am a real dum-dum. But as I was saying, drivers each have their own characteristics. So, when setting up your Beyblade, choose wisely as to which driver you use, because it just might be the thing that helps you to get the win. Oops. There we go. It's been set up. What I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna do some daily rivals. Like as I said before, I just grind through these to get bay gems and boxes, and to help me upgrade my bays. It's pretty boring stuff, really. But I mean, since multiplayer isn't working, you know, I'll have to do this. Like, just another session of grinding. Nothing new about this. What kind of techniques do you guys use for grinding? Comment down below. Well, I mean, it would be nice if anyone actually commented, because as far as I can tell, no, my videos don't really get that much popularity. I mean, that's to be expected. I'm one of the millions and millions of small content creators out there. Who either trying to make it big by going on YouTube, or just doing it for fun, like I am. So it's understandable that, like, I don't really, the comment section is pretty empty. But oh well, that's just, I guess that's just life, I guess. Moving back to Beyblades, in real life, people like to do different combinations. And they give them all really long names, like comically long names. I mean, the Beyblades themselves, like the parts themselves already have long names. Well, not really long names, just names that no one remembers. Like letters and numbers, basically. And then the people just have to make it more complicated. I mean, and there's even the problem of the fact that no, I could just do this. There's even the problem that every Beyblade actually has two different names. Like spryzen is also known as spriggan, and valtryek also known as Valkyrie, because like there's the normal names like from like the actual producers, and then there's the translated names. So like obviously, and most people use I think it's the translated names, whereas I like to use the normal names, because like, well, I mean, they sound much more cooler. Like spryzen, I would definitely call it spryzen over spriggan. Like spriggan doesn't sound as cool as spryzen does. Not nearly as cool. But yeah, the naming process is a bit of a complicated one. But it just happens. So yeah, they do all sorts of different combinations of chassis, rings, and drivers. And I mean, the best bladers out there, with the right get the best combinations, and they're pretty much unstoppable when that happens. Like with the right parts, you could create a Beyblade that's practically impossible to beat. Which is why if you wanted to be like a well, not professional, but like a serious blader, the ideal thing to do would be to get as much Beyblade stuff as possible. Because then you can use all that stuff to make really good, really OP combinations. I mean, obviously, I don't really take bailing that seriously, like to the point where I make all sorts of different combinations. I mean, I can't anyways. I don't have the resources for it, and my mom and dad aren't prepared to pay that much money for this kind of stuff. But two Beyblades, two Beyblades, two launchers, and one stadium is good enough to give me a decent time. To give there I go again. To help me have a decent amount of fun. Like I mainly like to play with my sister, and she's actually gotten pretty good at Beyblading. Like, cause she always wants to use spryzen, so I'm stuck with valtryek. I mean, not that I don't like valtryek; it's one of my favorite beys, but it's just difficult to win against spryzen because, like, well, I mean, you know why. Valtryek runs to stamina pretty quickly, like it's very unstable. So sometimes I like to sometimes we blade. And I obviously try as hard as I can to beat her. It doesn't really end well though. It would be cool to have more bays, especially some of the newer ones. Because I mean, the newer the better. But it isn't essential stuff. So as much as I want to get this stuff, it's kind of a situation of be happy with what you have. And I'm okay with that. But at the same time, you know, you still want to get some stuff. Like it's a normal reaction. Everyone does that. Like we all say we're fine with what we have, but then we also start wanting. But then at other times of the day we start wanting stuff. I've really gone off topic here, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Let's get back to blading. I never really explained how the game works, so I'll do that. Right now, what I'm doing is daily rivals, and basically how that works is every few hours, these challenges are like set, which you can earn bay coins, bay gems, and bay boxes from. And as I said, I like to grind this stuff. Okay, let's check multiplayer. I like to grind this stuff because it really benefits in the long term. Is multiplayer still offline? No. Maybe. Well, maybe it is online actually. Okay, come on. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that this works. Please let this work. Yes, it worked. Yes, we've got a match. Let's go. Finally. I can go back to doing what I wanted to do in the first place. You know, obviously there's no music now. and the music takes music is no music just takes the intensity out of the battle. But it's still fun nonetheless. People have a habit of using their bay boost like practically all the time. I mean, like I tend to like save. I tend to I never really use. I never actually use the bay boost for my own betas. Unless I really wanted to. Like I tend to just rely on the actual bay to do all the work. I mean, that's what everyone does, but I never really assist. I never really assist it. Okay, come on, please. No, wait. Yes. Oh, I thought he got more clocks than me. Thankfully, he didn't. We got the burst. Let's go. And now since we have the bay technique all charged up, I can use valtryek again in case things go sideways. Yeah, see, look, he's using blitstep again. Like my equivalent of that is barrage step, but obviously I'm not using it because I don't want to waste it. I don't have any. I mean, this is the thing about beyblades. Like, if you really want to go try hard, then if I really wanted to go try hard, then what I'd do is I'd get loads and loads of the same bladers. Really, it also did. As I was saying, I would get loads and loads of the same bays and bladers and stuff. I'm gonna use this. So I do that, and then try and max them all out, and then I could use like as many bay boosts as I want, and also I can use multiple of the same bay, because sometimes that can really benefit you. Okay, please don't burst me. Thank you. Oh, we might be able to get the burst here. Come on. I need to match some. I need to do some serious tile matching. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that may have been enough. Yes, it was enough. And there's the burst. The match has been won. Oh, we've been going for nearly half an hour now. Wow. Usually I keep these videos pretty short, but Jesus, I really went overboard with this one. I guess it's time on that bombshell. It's time to end. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTuber stuff. And as soon as I finish opening this box, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.